Hello, beauties. I know it has been a while since I have done a video. Life been life in. Um, However, here I am because Spirit says I need to find balance in making sure that I keep up with the messages. So I am going to try my best to get better at doing that. Today, when I began preparing for the reading, let me backtrack and just be honest. So me and Spirit has this thing that when I am overlooking or not paying attention to messages or direct guidance, I get hit in the stomach, y'all. And my stomach has been so upset. And the ego, because, when the ego is taking charge, it makes you think of other logical scenarios or whatever. Because I was so distracted, and to be honest, a little bit out of balance. Yeah, my ego was just like, oh, was it the frappe that you had? Well, they did have a little dairy in it, and so yeah, logically, I'm like, yeah, it could be, but Spirit's like, no, I need your attention. So here I am. And as I started preparing for the reading, I was guided to grab some crystals. And I always have, just a balance for each chakra laid before me. But today I was guided to go grab a few. And I want to share this with you because this may be relevant for you. You may be guided to work with these stones at this time. But I picked up this Carnelian, and this Carnelian encourages motivation, endurance, and courage. It is also good for working with your sacral chakra. This is your creativity. This is your expression. So I grabbed that. Maybe someone is needing a little bit of encouragement to push through something that may be difficult for you at this time. The next stone that I picked up is this Caribbean calcite. And Caribbean calcite is a harmonizing stone that brings family unity in tribal forms. So, for anyone that has been struggling with some form of family dynamic within your family or your household in general, you are being called to work with Caribbean calcite. The other crystal that stood out to me was this angel aura quartz. This provides aura protection, stabilization. It also helps with mental clarity and balance for all of your chakras, as well as helping you with your goals. 333 was just on the screen. I've gone ahead and I've pulled a couple of cards, and it starts with this card here, the light of the world. And I explained to you, me feeling just hitting the stomach and my stomach being so upset because that is this knock on the door. And someone else is also experiencing your guides, your spiritual team, trying to get your attention to point something out to you. And as you see inside, the guy is not even noticing that someone is at the door because he's so distracted doing other things. And that's what I meant about life is life. And so maybe you are caught up in trying to multitask various different things in your life, as well as connections and situations, and your guides are trying to get your attention to help bring you clarity and help you resolve whatever is going on. I say resolve because the next card that I have here is the Six of Roses, which makes me think of this Caribbean calcite. In the Caribbean calcite helping with family unity, because here we have a battle. And you may be this neutral flag in the middle, trying to bring harmony between two family members, or a spouse, or this could be anything. This could be family. This could be your love. This could be your boss and your team at work. But there is some sort of conflict, and the message that Spirit has been knocking, trying to get your attention to, is that it does not serve you to be between those energies, and it is time to leave the battlefield. If all you see is this storm, every time you come around this particular individual or these individuals, it is time to leave. It reminds me of that old saying, when you're going through, this mental confusion, a lot of time you're told to make a pros and a cons list. And in that pros and cons list, when the bad outweighs the good, it is time to go. Okay. Next card we have is the Seven of Keys, the accent. If you look at him standing proudly on top of this mountain, looking at the sun, taking in all the views, looking at how far they have come, this is you in a situation. If you are not already on top of this mountain, overlooking all of the hardships, the struggle that it took to get up here, because if you look at the pittance in here, you can tell where he had to really, find grounding within the stone of the mountain to be able to climb to the top. So you know that this climb is not easy. So what area of your life are you being called to take action at? Because this is a great time for you to increase your goals, to take action into pursuing something that you've always dreamed of. You're being told that you can make it to the top, but just know that making it to the top means that you are going to put in some strenuous work. And this took time. He did not climb this overnight, okay? So what area of your life are you being called to focus on and take action? Is it your health? Are you wanting to get in more exercise? Make sure that your body's getting more nutrients. Is it, your mind? Are you wanting to practice more mindfulness? Whatever the goal is it your love life? Have you been closed off to relationships and now ready to get yourself back out there? Is it career? Do you have some amazing idea that you are just putting off because you know that it is going to take some serious work and dedication in order for you to reach the top? Whatever it is you are wanting to upgrade, up level in your life, you're being called to do that now. So when we look at this summer and winter card, summertime is when everything is growing, everyone is outside, it's a time of action, but also in the winter time, that's when we are coming into some news. So, and this could also be a seasonal time of when things are taking place for you. Maybe things are taking place in the summer. Maybe things are going to take place in the winter. So, whatever this Seven of Keys is that you are working on, maybe you will see some sort of gains during the summer or the winter time. I am going to pull some cards just to clarify. So we're going to start off with this light of the world and see what is it your guides want you to know about this. They're knocking on your door to get your attention, to tell you something. What are they wanting to say to you at this current time? Okay, so we have the Page of Earth. This is a scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful energy. This is speaking about good news about your financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. So maybe this guy on the inside is distracted with this new area of study, okay? And so with this, your spiritual team is saying, Although you are very busy, make sure that you are taking the time daily to check in with your spiritual team. Make sure you are starting your day with prayer. You're ending your day with prayer. You're taking time to meditate and disconnect from everything, even if it's just for a few moments, to just get your mind into that silence, that nothingness. All it takes is a few seconds. When we are not thinking, when we are not feeling, that is when we are completely one with the universe. Okay, because the universe is like this. Oh goodness, i can't I can't even describe this energy into words, but that stillness is that peace, right? That's that peace and the unconditional love of just the goodness that the universe carries. I was listening to an affirmation today. One of my favorite affirmations from Abraham Hicks is, universe, show me how good it can be. And so maybe you want to incorporate that into your daily routine. Let's clarify the Six of Roses, the War of the Roses. What is this conflict? What is this conflict? Everyone's story may be different. For some, it may be a lover. For some, it may be family. For some, it may be work. But we're receiving the Four of Earth. The Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles is, an energy of holding on to something too tightly, so you're wanting something to go a specific way within this battle. And, Spirit is guiding you to understand that you cannot control anyone other than yourself. So focus on your business. Focus on your own strength, your mind. Focus on your money. If you can't help this situation, and you're walking off the battlefield, go somewhere else where you're wanted, where you're needed. Is there a charity that you can be pouring that energy into that's actually open to receive it? We're going to clarify the Seven of Keys, the accent. This is the man walking up that mountain. And of course, we get some fire with this man walking up the mountain. And so for some of you, this is you opening up your heart to love, and you getting over the fear of having your heart broken, so that you can enjoy the passion and the adventure, and just feel self-assured, this giddy and restless energy of the fun and excitement. Spirit wants you to prepare yourself, because these events are going to take place like really, really fast, okay? If your goal was to get healthier or to start that business venture, just know that there are going to be some immediate action, some immediate attention that you're going to have to put into it, because time is of the essence. We want to make sure that we are making the best of our time, right? So Spirit is saying, whatever you do, think things through carefully, okay? We're not going to just jump into a relationship and just be all in and just completely enjoy all of the excitement of it without paying attention to the whole picture, right? Because a lot of times, just because things are fun and exciting and we're enjoying someone, we don't want to dampen the mood and question something that triggers us or, presents a red flag. So you are being told to pay close attention to all of the details. If this is something in health, pay attention to what you're doing. Don't pick some extreme physical activity that your body is not used to doing. Let's not be so extreme with, taking away all of, if you're used to, eating, several meals a day or whatever, you may want to make them like little mini meals rather than just like starving yourself or neglecting your body of certain nutrients just because you're trying to, um, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know, because I feel like, a lot of times, when people are looking at health and like weight loss or whatever, they're thinking, oh, I need to eat less. And I know for me, one of the most efficient plans that I ever did was smaller portion meals several times throughout the day. And so it really boosted the metabolism. And, it was more so of a mindful thing of what I was putting in my mouth. That meal plan was amazing. And every now and then I go back to it because of, the alkaline benefits from it. But it was so strict. It was so strict that it was like almost impossible to maintain for long periods of time, so you don't want to do something that's going to be so extreme for you that is going to cause you to binge or going to cause you to starve yourself. In business, you want to pay close attention to all of those details, to make sure you're not overlooking anything that might cause any obstacles in the long run. If that new goal of whatever you're climbing is business, then make sure that you're paying attention to the details and not overlooking anything. The Five of Forces, this summer and winter, this speaks about this brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic energy. And with this one, it's saying to speak your mind with confidence and seek out professional advice. Balance your mental and emotional considerations. And so this is almost like a warning. So, with this summer card, I feel this energy of, people being out and about, being very active, being very involved. In the wintertime, as things are dying, and it's cold outside, sometimes that really does take a toll on our mental health, because we're not getting a lot of the sunlight as we normally do. You may want to take some B12 vitamins during that time, but make sure that you are balancing your mental and emotional with a healthy routine of meditation, working out. You may even want to adjust your schedule to make sure that you are getting up and coming out with the sun, to make sure that you are getting a lot of that vitamin D. We're going to just pull one more card just to close out the reading. And this is the best card to close out with. We have the Ten of Earth, which is the Ten of Pentacles. And it's saying that there is going to be a very happy family life. Financial security. Finding magic in the little things of life. And I just want to say, when you are very busy and you are always having to multitask and do so many different things, it is so hard to just take in the simple pleasures of life because we're always worried about what it is we have to do next. This is your card telling you that everything that you are doing now is building onto the groundwork of success for your future, so that you can just kick back, relax, and enjoy yourself. Also, I do want to point out, with this summer winter, this is a sign of movement. This is a sign of travel. So you may even be taking a trip soon, especially now that money's good. Okay, so let me know where it is you would love to take a trip to. You don't have to have the finances and the time to do that trip. And I know as I say that, you're like, what? No, you need money to take a vacation. Yeah, you need money, but it's not It doesn't have to be up to you to figure out exactly all the details of how you're going to do this. And I say that to say, as I started working on my mindfulness, travel was one of the things that I felt like I was not able to afford because I was always juggling and having to shuffle my finances and my priorities, and life gets to life, and so I had given myself this false belief that I could not afford to travel. And that was not true. All you need is the desire. And so, I took a trip and I said, okay, well, what trip do I feel like, is not within my means to go to? And I was just like, I always wanted to go to Vegas, but Vegas is, a gambling city. And so, you got to have money to play at all the slots if you're going to go and do all these different, tourist type of things. It's going to take money. And so that's all I was focused on. I had a woman sit there and go over my budget with me. And she asked me, she said, okay, so write out what it is you want to do. And I put, okay, I want to travel more. And so we pulled up my account. And she said, anything that you spent that is not a bill, that is not a necessity, that is not, taking care of your specific needs in household, meaning your living expenses, the utilities, your phone, your food, your medical, so when I wrote down all those different things, and totaled it up, and she was just like, okay, now we have this total here. Now, let's look up how much it costs for flights, hotels, and let's just do an average of, what you would spend, like a daily allowance of food, activities, or whatever. Long story short, when we added up those things, there was my trip. There was my trip, and it was wasted in just various little frivolous things. We don't think about how much we're spending on Starbucks coffee. We don't think about, sometimes you go and you go through one of them drive-throughs and you think, oh, I'm not going to get a whole lot. I'm going to eat off the cheap menu or whatever. But okay, if you do that a few times a month, all of those things add up, okay? Especially if it's more than one person. So let's say, you have young kids and you go to McDonald's and you go get, okay, well, guess what? If you do that just a few times a month with multiple people, there we have that, right? But, that's on a logical way of, of transmuting that belief that, it's not possible. However, on a spiritual level, all you need to do is say, this is what I want. And I'm just going to allow the universe to figure it out. So when I kept saying, I'm going to manifest a trip to Vegas. I'm going to Vegas this year. I'm going to experience that. I said that. I wrote it down in my journal. And a week later, my sister calls me up and she says, hey, I have this timeshare that I'm not going to be able to use. And it's going to go to waste. So I want to give it away to someone. Can you purchase your own flights to Vegas? If you can pay for your flights, you have free room and board there for a week. So I went to Vegas. Not only did God allow me to make it to that trip to Vegas, but it was right around the time where they was sending out those stimulus as well. So I received a stimulus right before going on the trip, and I received another payment out of the blue. I can't even think of where that payment came from at this time, but I had another amount of miscellaneous money just appear out of nowhere while I was on the trip. So as I was there, when I thought, okay, I'm going for a week. Well, I thought, well, now that my sister has provided a free week for me, there's another spot that I also really wanted to stay at. So let's take the free week here, and then I'm gonna, get, another week at the place that I really wanted to stay at. I was there, y'all, for like almost 2 weeks. I was there for actually about 11, 12 days. So that's my testimony to just put it out there. Tell the universe where you want to go and just allow the details to be worked out for you. Just make sure that when it plays out, you are giving that gratitude for everything working out in your favor. So that goes back to universe, show me how good it can be, okay? So when life is life in and you are feeling really, really down on your luck, I don't care how dark or heavy that energy feels. I want you to keep saying, universe, show me how good it can be, because everything is always working out for me. And if you have to cry and say that and just keep repeating it until you actually feel it in your soul, in your spirit, then by all means do that, because it is all about a mind shift. What we believe is what we receive, okay? And when we don't hold on to the worry and, the details of how things are going to plan out and happen for us, it allows the universe to get it to us quicker, because the universe knows the best way. Like, God is ever knowing, right? God is ever powerful, and like, God is source, abundance, right? So all of the things that you desire is just infinitely, readily available. So take advantage of that. Universe, show me how good it can be. Have a wonderful day, y'all.